This was the scene in Ruston, Louisiana before the rains came earlier this afternoon as Louisiana Tech Bulldog fans getting ready for the final regular season game of the year. After a 2.5-hour weather delay, it's time for Conference USA football. The UTSA Roadrunners meeting the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. Come on inside Joe I.A. Stadium with college football analyst Chris Mycoskie. I'm Lyn Rollins. Chris, there's a logjam at the top of the Western Division of Conference USA. 3 teams involved. Here's what we know for sure. With a win tonight by the Bulldogs, Louisiana Tech will claim at least a share of the Western Division title.
They don't care about the share, Lynn. It's all about representing the West in next week's championship game. If Louisiana Tech wins this one and North Texas upsets UAB, it'll be the Bulldogs playing for a title 1 week from now.
And we'll be keeping you posted on the progress of that other game. UTSA has been led by a freshman wide receiver, Zachary Franklin. He's had a big impact on this offense as a rookie.
We're going to talk a lot about seniors today playing in their final regular season games, but Franklin has been fantastic as a freshman. Tied his season high with 7 catches last week against Florida Atlantic. He's flashy and he's sure-handed. First 15 targets, didn't have a single drop, and that allowed him to stick in the starting lineup.
He may draw the attention from senior safety Darrell Lewis. Lewis has had a wonderful season on the back half of this year, and interestingly enough, he started his Bulldog career as a walk-on.
You have to love his story, Lynn. Lost his starting job coming out of fall camp, went straight to the special teams coordinator, begged for assignments, and during that time, by game 5, he also won the starting safety position back.
So the rains have cleared and we are set for football. The UTSA Roadrunners, the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs, right now on ESPN. Bulldogs in blue jerseys, white pants, white headgear. UTSA in all white. And this kickoff is deep. It will go through the back of the end zone, and the automatic touchback will put the Roadrunners on the field. Well, Chris, let's look at what's important this evening for UTSA to come out victorious.
Need to give the ball to Sincere McCormick quite a bit. He has great speed, the freshman running back, 1 score away from tying a UTSA single-season record. Marshall and UAB didn't allow many big gains for Louisiana Tech past couple of weeks. If UTSA can do the same, they'll go a long way. And Jamal Sam and Sheldon Jones really can be explosive on special teams. But UTSA's has some trouble capitalizing there. Way too many penalties in that phase.
Jordan Weeks is the starting quarterback. He and Lowell Narcisse have been dividing time this year, but it's Weeks getting the start. He'll throw on first down, and he pegs it deep. He's got a man open, caught inside Tech territory. A beautiful throw right between the seams, and that one right into the hands of Sheldon Jones. Jones making his 24th catch of the year.
As of Tuesday, when we visited with Coach Wilson, he said that Narcisse would get the start, and it would be Weeks coming in later. Looks like he made the right decision putting in Jordan to get things started.
Another pass, and this one is gobbled up over the middle, a gain of about 8. That's Carlos Strickland, one of the tight ends. Both of these teams like to throw to the tight ends, and Strickland is the #1 receiver for the Roadrunners. That's his 35th catch, so they get their tight ends involved, Chris.
Yeah, Strickland had 5 catches for 85 yards and a score last week against Florida Atlantic.
A pickup of 8, 2nd and 2, a couple of completions to get things started. Weeks will throw again, and this one is off the fingertips of a receiver on the far sideline.
Little trickeration there, Lynn. It ended up not mattering in the end, but Weeks moved over to the halfback position, took the handoff before throwing the incomplete pass.
So this should bring up 3rd and 2. The Roadrunners have yet to rush the football. They've had a couple of long pass completions. 3rd and 2 from the 32. We are just underway on the artificial surface of Joe I.A. Stadium. Weeks hands it off to the running back who bursts into the secondary, pulling away. He's got a first down and some more. A big run by Sincere McCormick. He is a freshman who has really burst on the scene.
That was one of the keys. Keep handing him the football. 12 carries for 78 yards a week ago. Overall in the season, 864 yards. That's top 5 in the conference.
Well, Jarius Sneed made the last tackle. Here's McCormick wiggling for some over the right side on the first down play from the 18-yard line. McCormick out of Converse, Texas, a 5'9", 200-pounder. He's a scat back, but he's got some power as well.
Coach Wilson called him the most talented runner on this football team. Really good vision, good feet, a lot of toughness.
2nd down and 4. The line to make for a first down is near the 8. An impressive opening drive to this point by the Roadrunners. Louisiana Tech is a team that has been very good defensively in the red zone this year. In fact, Louisiana Tech has been one of the leaders, not only in the conference, but in the nation for most of the year in red zone defense. They've allowed only 63% of red zone entries into scores, and only 48% of those have been touchdowns. McCormick wrapped up this time behind the line of scrimmage on 3rd and short.
Yeah,
a loss of maybe a yard.
That red zone efficiency puts Louisiana Tech in some elite company. The rest of that top 5 nationally, Florida, Temple, Georgia, and Ohio State.
Kadarian Mason, one of the defensive ends, made the stop, and now we'll have a short field goal attempt from Hunter Duplessis. He's 7 of 9 this year. This will be a 28-yarder from straight away. And the kick is good. So Louisiana Tech rises up and prevents the red zone touchdown, but a short field goal is good. And the Roadrunners take an early 3-0 lead. Chris, let's look at up-to-the-moment conference standings. Florida Atlantic on the eastern side has only one loss. Marshall, Western Kentucky have a pair each. And as we go to the western side, 3 teams at the top, Louisiana Tech, UAB, and Southern Mississippi. Those 2 conference losses for the Bulldogs have come in the last 2 weeks in the absence of starting quarterback Jamar Smith.
Louisiana Tech needs North Texas to upset UAB to win the Western Division. We mentioned that off the top of the show, and latest check over in Denton, UAB up 20-14, 10 minutes left in the 3rd. So mean green comeback is really what Louisiana Tech is looking for, but obviously none of that matters if you don't take care of business yourself today in Ruston. By the way, Florida Atlantic in the East, winning right now by 7 over Southern Miss in the 4th. FAU can wrap up the division title and host next week's conference championship game if they can hold on.
So a loss by Southern Mississippi would take that team out of the running at the top of the Western Division. Toussaint will bring it out from the end zone, works to his right. He's got a seam to the 30 and tight ropes the sideline before he's tripped up at about the 34-yard line. A nice return, and that's where Louisiana Tech puts its offense on the field for the first time.
And good to see Jamar Smith come out and lead this offensive attack for Louisiana Tech. And obviously what he does will be a huge key today, and they need to stay in the present. I mentioned don't worry about those other games. Just got to take care of business right here. Rediscover that swagger on offense. They've been sluggish the last couple of weeks. And the takeaway streak, the Bulldog defense has forced turnovers in 15 straight games. Keep that going.
3 receivers to the left. A quick slant caught for big yardage over the middle by Smoke Harris. Smoke Harris into Texas San Antonio territory, and he runs all the way to the 41-yard line. And Chris, both first plays from scrimmage by these teams have been very similar in distance and success.
Looking for those big chunk plays, get things started after that 2.5-hour wait.
Smith throws it to the outside, and that one is grabbed by Malik Stanley. Stanley is kind of a hybrid H-back, tight end, 6'3", 212-pound senior. That's his 34th catch, so they like to go to him. He's averaging over 16 yards per reception. The throw goes back to the right side, and it's Stanley again. He's got a first down. Back-to-back hookups between Smith and Malik. Stanley out of Topeka, Kansas, who started his career at South Alabama. Louisiana Tech in a quick tempo offense. Smith throwing to the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Bulldogs! That went into the hands of Griffin Hebert. Hebert also listed as one of those tight end H-back hybrids. Hebert has just made his 5th touchdown catch, and zip, 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 the Bulldogs to the end zone.
Welcome back to the starting quarterback position, Mr. Smith. 4 consecutive completions for Louisiana Tech. Touchdown gives them an early 6-3 lead. That's the kind of spark they've been missing the last 2 weeks, Lyn.
Brady Farlow holds it. The kick is up and good.